What is up people, Badass Bullet here baby. So guys, today we're going to review this beauty here. So this is the Royal Enfield Classic 350 Stealth Black. So this is a BS6 version. So it's again a fuel injected. So there's not much difference. I thought it'll be a lot different, like, you know, it's gonna have more pull and stuff, but there's nothing. I mean, there's no much difference. The only difference which I felt is a little bit refinement in the engine. Like, I feel it to be a little bit smooth. Whereas in the carburetor engine, when I'm starting the engine, you feel that tuck 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 sound, but you know, from the engine, the tappet noise, that's reduced a little bit in this. And rest all is the same. No difference in the pickup, nothing. Everything else is the same. And then guys, this bike over here is a dual channel ABS bike, so the braking bite is excellent. But yeah, since this is a new bike, the braking bite at the front is a little bit less, but rest all is fine. After, you know, quite a while, when the disc pads are worn out a little bit, it will start working properly. And guys, if we talk about the wheels, they are alloy wheels, completely alloy and tubeless tires. If you see, these are the same wheels from the 350X, I mean the Thunderbird 350X, no difference. I don't know, for some reason this tire doesn't suit this bike, because I have been used to seeing all the classic 350s like the BS4, BS3, they had a different tire, but this one feels a lot different, maybe because it's an alloy wheel. So I personally prefer the spoke wheels. So guys, if we talk about the paint job, it's a very beautiful paint job. Look at this, I just personally love this, and all this is powder coated, I think. So this, you know, reduces the maintenance to a lot, because you don't have to keep cleaning like the classic 350 old models, because the chrome parts used to get dirty, and I used to face a lot of problems, because whenever I used to grease this part, the grease used to leak a little bit and it used to form stains there. So I had to keep buffing, I had to keep using Colgate to clean all that. That was a big mess. So anyways, I am not gonna, you know, do the review and all that, because we know what Royal Enfield has and what it's got. So this is just gonna be an honest opinion video. So I'm gonna tell what I felt in this bike compared to my bike. So that's what. So if you see, the first thing which I noticed is the mirrors. If you see, in my bike it's all silver. So I mean, the BS4 version had all silver mirrors, but this one has black. So that's one difference. And if you see the handlebar, everything is black, so there are no chrome parts at all. So everything is completely black. And then guys, if you talk about the comfort, it's no different, it's the same. And there are some changes because it's an EFI. So we have EFI stands for electronic fuel injection. So there are some differences, like, you know, the charging unit, this is the charging unit, this is the rectifier. So this would be somewhere inside in the BS4 versions, but here it's placed here outside. And guys, if you see on the other side, we won't have carburetor. So if you see, it's all open here. We have a fuel injection unit, that's it. So I'll be showing you the O2 sensor and the catalytic converter, which are given extra in this bike. So let's get started with them. And guys, here, this is the O2 sensor. They also call it as the heat sensor, I don't know why, but the main function of this is to regulate the, you know, contents of the gas which is coming out of the exhaust. So if there is some, you know, mistake or some proposition which is changed, it will go send a signal to the ECU, and that will correct the proposition and, you know, the fuel mixture sent inside the engine. So that's it. And then this is the catalytic converter, as you know, this reduces the pollutants like the carbon monoxide, etc, etc. And then guys, if you talk about, you know, this part, you know, after a while this becomes hard and this breaks and this wire starts coming out. So that's one disadvantage is there. I thought they will change this in the BS6 version, but it's the same again. But we get a pair of reflectors here, that's a difference. That's it guys. We have beautiful paint jobs. Like, if you see this part, it's kind of faded. So the red color comes still here and it fades away there. So that's it. And here's the fuel injection unit. And if you talk about the suspension, it's again the same suspension, no difference at all. Same telescopic forks at the front, and back we have normal dual shock absorb, gas charged. And then guys, one thing is, these are very hard. So because these are made for rough terrains, these are not made for riding in the highways. To an extent we can ride, but you know, long journeys you can do touring, but I'm telling in particular, these suspensions are designed for, you know, rough terrains, like all these roads where there's lots of rocks and mud. So extreme off-roading is what this bike is made for. So if I should be very, very particular, in India this bike is made for Leh and Ladakh, Kashmir and all those roads. So this is a very beautiful bike. Forget about the torque, the way it goes up the slopes is next level. And then guys, many people have a complaint about it not going very fast. It's a 350cc engine, true, but the thing is, it's not made for speed, it's made for torque. So the torque is more in this bike and the speed is less. And guys, this bike, as usual, it comes with a stock handlebar, so I felt a lot of vibrations, you know, in the handlebar. I had changed the handlebar recently, so I had put a RD350 handlebar. That's a very cheap handlebar, so I got it for like 300 or 400. But the advantage of using that handlebar is you won't feel much vibrations. Many people tell there's no difference even after changing the handlebar, but try RD350. It's the best handlebar which I felt, because even for long riding, city cruising, it's really good. It's a little bit high and it's bent, so it's really good. And this one has a lot of vibrations, so as soon as I cross 20 in the first gear, it's vibrating so much. That doesn't happen in my bike. I don't know why this is happening in this handlebar. So I would recommend you to get a handlebar if you're facing the vibration problems. Otherwise, you can ride it like this only, not a problem. And then guys, exhaust is also completely paint coated, and I didn't personally like the sound at all. It's so silent, it's like riding a Honda Shine. So I would recommend you to get a nice exhaust like the short bottle or Motor Torque exhausts, if you like the original Bullet sound. And then guys, if you see the instrumental cluster, everything is the same, just a little bit different. So we have this low fuel indicator here and the engine heat level, and then we have ABS. That's it. If you see in my bike, the BS4 version, we have an amp meter. So that's one thing. And guys, if we talk about the brakes, it's a dual piston caliper at the front and it's single piston caliper at the back. Back they've used a bi-brake caliper, whereas in the front is the stock Royal Enfield caliper. So that's why there's a little bit difference in the braking, I feel. Back brake is really good, so the braking bite, everything is good. And then there are a little bit vibrations over here also, a little bit, not much. And then if you talk about the tank capacity, it's 13.5 liters. So 2.5 was reserved before, but now there's no reserve tank as it's a fuel injected. So when it comes below 2.5, this light here starts blinking. And then guys, if we talk about the back look, it's somewhat like this. Everything is bulbed. They could have given LEDs, but everything is bulbed even now. And if you see the paint job, it's beautiful. Everything is black. Before in the older classic versions, we had different colors for the indicators and this one, but now it's completely black. There's no chrome part at all. It looks completely matte black like that. And then guys, for the people who want to know how much mileage this gives, according to me there won't be any difference, because it's a fuel which is sent inside the engine. The mechanism is changed, so I think it would be approximately 30 to 37 inside that. So it depends upon how you ride. And then if we talk about the top speed, 130 is the top speed. That too, after struggling a lot, and then you won't be able to stand also after that, because you vibrate a lot. So I would recommend you to ride this bike between 80 to 100 at the max. That's it. So guys, now let's hear the engine sound. So I feel the idle is a little bit more compared to the carburetor version. Okay, so let me rev it a little bit.
sanki her şey kayboldu çok derin.